So, Jorge, for those of our audience that don't quite know, can you share a little bit about your role and what are the problems you're helping to solve in the city of Brownsville?
So being a CIO in a city, it's different. I mean, I've been in the military Department of Defense and private sector. Now being in local government, it is different because the challenges of a city, uh, you know, and how to solve those challenges is different because of a city operates and based on the funds available. If the city is doing well in business, if the city is growing, then is money coming into the city that can be put back into the community. But when a city does not have those funds, that's when the challenge comes, and that's when a CIO needs to have creative and needs to come up with great ideas and ways of doing all the things that need to be done. So it is a very unique way of doing business as a CIO.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of that, you think about it like your customers, right, or your clients is all the citizens of that city, right?
Correct. And in Brownsville, it's not just the ones that live in the city, because in paper the city is around 200,000 population, right? But then it's an international city. You got Mexico, right there across the border. So not only you have to tend to those residents in the U.S. and in Brownsville, you have to tend to all the tourists that come into Brownsville, which is, 100 to 150,000 daily. They cross from Mexico to Brownsville. So yeah,
That's huge.
yeah.
And then obviously I mentioned earlier, right, you have the notoriety of Brownsville being right near SpaceX, right, which is getting a lot of attention. Talk about that. What's that been like?
Yeah, so I think that's when I got there in 2022. SpaceX is definitely creating a different environment, different dynamics for the city. The city is growing because of SpaceX. That's bottom line. When I got there, it was about 600 employees. Now, last time I heard, it was close to 4,000 employees.
Wow.
So all those people are living in Brownsville, and now SpaceX became their own city.
Yeah.
So now that's changing again, and you get all these people coming every time there's an event at SpaceX. To see those rockets go up, and you see a lot of people coming in. So it is definitely bringing more people, and is increasing the economy of the area.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though, right? Because, do you ever get to see the rockets launching and all that? Jorge?
Oh yeah, I can see it from my house. I mean, you can see it from anywhere. As Texas being flat, and especially in that area, you can see it. You can be at any part of the city, and you can see it. And the good thing is, like, the businesses are adapting to it, because now hotels, the new hotels that are being built, they creating that rooftop, so that people can
like
go
a
in
viewing
there, the
area.
viewing area. So that's one of the things they do. And then you see the beach full of people, boats in the water. And I mean, you can see it from the ocean very clearly.
That's so cool. I'm such a nerd. So, you think about in the 60s, I guess, right? First kind of put a man on the moon to now you can see frequent launches and rocket launches. The progress is just staggering.
Yeah, right? And it's just how fast they're doing it. I mean, I was able to get a tour in the facility, and it's just amazing how things are moving in there, and how much they're planning on doing in the future. So what we're seeing right now, I think, is just the beginning. This year, 2026, will be definitely another year that we're going to see that company grow. So, and again, if the private sector grows, the city of Brownsville,
for sure,
grows as well.
And obviously, for a city to grow, you need connectivity, right? And unfortunately, Brownsville had the distinction of being one of the worst connected cities several years ago. Talk about what happened, from that journey of being so-called worst connected city to where it is now, and the progress that you've kind of been involved in.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the main things that Brownsville was known for, right? That city that was not growing, the city that nobody really took the time to build when it comes to technology. And I think that's why I was hired to get there. I had the experience of, being all over the world, building and modernizing infrastructures. But a city of Brownsville, when I got there, the main thing was, we want to become a smart city. But in order to a city to be smart, it needs to be connected.
Yeah.
Everything in this, nowadays, everything that you have needs an internet connection. Yeah. And Brownsville being the worst connected city, it was not helping. So the first thing that we started in 2022 is, the mayor commissioners, they signed an agreement to city manager to start a fiber optic project that was 100 miles of fiber optics throughout the city.
Wow.
And we started in August of 2022. By March of 2024, we had already completed the project. 100 miles, 576 strands of fiber laying around the city. It covers about 80% of the city, and 80%, and it also goes through several other small cities that are connected to Brownsville. They're being, leveraging our infrastructure, and now, citizens, residents, they have options on when it comes to internet connectivity, because before it was the traditional internet or those companies that are typically in towns. And it's like citizens had no option. So internet was not reliable. The speeds were not high, and the price was high. Now that you can see now that as we have our own fiber and we partner with an internet provider, you see the prices coming down because there's competition. And that right there is not only enabling and providing opportunities for residents, but for businesses. We talk about SpaceX. We have a big project is with the next decade, a gas company, natural gas, and multi-billion-dollar project. Well, they needed internet going that way because it's going towards the island. That area, there's no businesses going that way, so there was no internet. So our fiber infrastructure now is able to give those businesses the speed that they need and safe, right? Everything that it goes underground in this fiber is safer than having a copper cable.
That's incredible. And you also think about we live in a digital world, right, with remote jobs and things like that. As soon as you have that connectivity and high-speed connectivity, it opens up job opportunities, I would think, for residents too, right? Like if employment, remote work, it's exponential impact.
It's amazing. Last year we had an event to give out 320 computers to those families that need them, those that cannot afford the computers, because we understand. I always say, internet opens doors and creates opportunities for everybody, and especially those kids.
Yes.
I mean, I remember growing up, I wanted a computer, but it was very expensive. I couldn't afford it. Nowadays, it's still, it might be affordable for someone like us, but $300, $400 is a lot for some families. Yeah. So last year we gave out, 320 computers. We partnered with one of the vendors, and they provided computers at a very discount rate to give out to the community. And just seeing them, getting connected, and just seeing their faces, like, now I can do my homework. Now I can, do this. And parents, now I can create my resume. Now I can start applying for jobs. So just those, 320 families, we had over 1,000 people show up, and they were just thanking us, the city, for what we were doing. Not only we bringing internet to their homes, affordable internet, but we also giving them the tools to use that internet connection. So.
Well, we were talking on the way here in the car, right? Like we're immigrants, right? And but education, and in this case, connectivity, it changes the whole trajectory of generations, right? And then I can imagine the kid getting a laptop and then being exposed and having access to all kinds of additional information. And then that can change the trajectory of their careers and where they could be headed, right?
I mean, it just opens the, like their mindset. That just gives them an opportunity to start looking into things. I look at when my son, now 15, he's like, Dad, I want to be a mechanical engineer. I want to be, I'm like, look it up. Right now, you got the tools. You have the computer. Look up ChatGPT or Copilot, whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Ask them. It will guide you. It will give you everything you need. So just giving, and that's what part of the workshop that we did for the families when we gave them those computers. We showed them how to use those tools to leverage it to get what they want. You don't know what do you want in life? Ask the technology, and they can give you a very comprehensive plan. And even for families, they want to start business too, right? So it's just economy. It works. It's a ripple effect throughout the whole family and the city.
So I'm curious, right, to put in such major infrastructure into a city, right? 100 miles, you said, of fiber, like you're just digging around and there's disruption, right? When you think about that, what's harder, like the tech side or the people side and the impacts of that?
I think I've been in project management for a long time, and what I learned over the past 22 years in this industry is that when you have a good relationship with people that you work with, things get easier. I can tell you this project brought so much stress to the city that I took it upon myself. I took it off. We had a consulting company to help us with that project. I told my city manager, it's like, we don't need them. I got it, right? Because I have experience in fiber optics. So, and I redesigned the actual plan that the city had for fiber. But I did it by creating that relationship with our partners, with the company that build our fiber. So having a good relationship with them alleviates and mitigates some of those problems. Because, families complaining that there's disruption, they're digging around their neighborhood, hitting water lines. And we were at one point we had 8 to 10 crews, digging, drilling. But when you have a good relationship with the people, the in the project, it makes it easier for you, because now you can just give them a call, and the good relationship allows you to do more. Because if you don't have a good relationship, they're just gonna say whatever, we deal with it tomorrow. But when you have a good relationship, they're like, I got you. Let me get to it.
That's the foundation.
It's the foundation.
Relationships.
And even right now, the company, merged with this parent company. New people came in, and I was able to build that same relationship with the CEO, COO now, that I got them on a speed dial. Anything happens, it's like, hey, I see this, and they're like, we on it. And then within hours, they're like, we fixed it, or hey, we got a plan. So relationship is key to deal with this massive project, because it's about $100 million project.
Yeah, such a great advice. Now, you guys are also putting in private 5G, right?
Yes.
So for those that don't understand, like between private versus public, like why is this important, and how does this help the city as well?
Yeah, so when coming from least connected to one of the most connected, one of the foundations for a city to be a smart city is private 5G. So the first one is fiber, and the second one is a connection, a wireless connection. On this case, we decided to go with a private 5G because we leverage our own fiber infrastructure, and we use our own internet connection to provide that wireless connectivity in the city. Why this is important? Because cities have, IoT devices, cameras, sensors, you name it, throughout the city. And most cities are paying a fee to have a SIM card or have a wireless connection to those cameras or sensors or parking meters. It can get very expensive. Now, we were able to deploy our first phase of private 5G in the downtown area. It's about 3 square mile radius, which is pretty big.
Yeah.
We cover right now 4 big parks, and we provide internet connectivity, free access to the community. We have around 100 cameras connected to it, where now we don't have to pay that connection fee. It's our network, it's our connection, and we manage it. So now we are on the second phase to deploy through the rest of the city, and now we can have anything connected to it. We own it, we manage it. It's ours, and no, we don't have to pay.
So it's almost short-term pain for long-term gain, right?
Yes. I mean, I can tell you right now, the ROI is incredible, because we build it, the first phase, and it's pretty, just it pays for itself already.
Wow. Well, give me an example of where you see maybe a business or an organization that's benefited from having this.
So one of the main benefits is that you have on the parks, just an example, on the parks, free Wi-Fi. So open space. On those areas, they have events on the weekends, like the farmers market. They have, events. People go there and connect. The businesses are connecting free to our internet.
Just for like the sales,
The
right?
sales.
Just credit card sales.
Credit card sales. And one of the challenges that people don't know is being a border city, and in that area where we place our first private 5G, the signal from Mexico to the U.S. it goes in and out. So you be in my office, you're like, welcome to Mexico, but I'm not in Mexico, because the cellular signal. So that creates an issue on cellular connectivity. And that's why we started with a private 5G, to alleviate that issue. The other one is connectivity to our cameras, right? The public safety, the police, they need connection. They need to have connection to those cameras, and before they were not reliable. So just accidents, things that are happening, they're able to see what is happening in real time. No downtime on the cameras. So you create a safer, city with that.
Like with every story you tell me, Jorge, it just blows my mind when I think about, and it all started with connectivity.
Yes.
Right? Once you get connected, then all this safety improves, accessibility improves, businesses improve. Like, it's such a core foundation now.
Yes. It's I don't know why, but I always think about being connected in the city. I always think about a Christmas tree, right? That you can put up a Christmas tree, and you can put all your ornaments, and your ornaments are all your sensors, everything. But until you plug in that Christmas tree and see all the lighting, then it shines. Then it's actually working. Before that, it's just a tree standing there doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
But when you get that connection, you get that power, it changes everything for the city.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful analogy. Well, so we got connectivity, and now we live in an AI world, and you guys are building your own AI factory? Like, what is that, and why?
So, I mean, AI is a big word nowadays, and I think is for cities, it is hard to get the artificial intelligence tools because of the cost. And us being a city that is well connected now, and having all these cameras and having all these tools
and data.
So it's hard for us to actually, I just talk about 100 cameras. They're just connected on our first phase. The goal is to get up to 1,000, 2,000 cameras connected. There is no way a person or even a group of people, 10, 20 people, be able to watch every camera at all times, right? That's when AI comes in, because we are planning on putting a camera in every intersection, every street, every alley to make sure that we have a safe city. So the only way we can monitor those cameras is by actually creating our own AI factory so that they can give us the real-time data that we need. So visual AI for us is going to change the way the city operates. It's almost like having a person in every camera 24/7 telling me what I want to know.
And it'll
Literally,
flag
it will flag
things.
So you want to know every time a person crosses the street, it will tell you. It will flag you. It will send you a message. You want to know when, people are driving the wrong way, people are speeding. We will turn every camera into a smart camera where they will...
Or a crash.
Right? License plate readers is going to be able to... Pretty much anything crowd monitoring in big events. Like we're about to have a big event in Brownsville where 150,000 people go.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people in one location.
Yeah.
Just think about the number of manpower needed for that.
Right.
But in that park that we're going to have the event, we have already the sensors. We have the optical sensors that they'll be able to tell us, is there aggressive behavior? Are there people with weapons? Are there animals in the area?
Wow, it can look for all those things.
It can look for those things. So so that's the importance of having our own AI factory. Without having it, if you actually go out and try to use it, from a vendor, it can be very costly. I mean, it will be hundreds of thousands of dollars to generate all that information that we're going to get from our own AI factory. So, so we're going to leverage it for a lot of things. There's several cases, not just that for the airport security, street, cleanliness, and just the first responders is going to be the ones utilizing it a lot. And the city's going to see the benefit, safer cities, cleaner city, and just better customer service.
And do you ever get any resistance? As soon as people hear cameras and they worry about privacy and all those kind of things, how do you deal with those kind of objections?
So we pretty much, we said that one of the main things, we're not going to be, looking for people. We are going to look for descriptions of whatever is happening, right? So
patterns, I guess.
Patterns, right? If we have a restrictive area, then people should not be going in. We're going to tell our camera, tell us every time somebody crosses this line.
Right.
So that's a task. We're not going to say, tell me, give me the full description of that person, give me their background. We're not doing all that. We are, it's very task oriented, pretty much protecting the city and making sure that people are doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's so exciting. I still want to come visit you, Jorge. It's on my list of things to do in 2026.